Welcome to Rajendra Tandon videos. I take up the birth of Devabrata, who later came to be known as Bhishma. This is a very interesting episode from Mahabharata. Devavrata was born to King Shantanu of Hastinapur. Shantanu was so named because he was the son of a very noble king who was known for being a patient person without arrogance. The story has been narrated in a form that Shantanu, while out hunting, found himself face to face with a very charming woman. Her body was glistening as if she was Lakshmi herself. Every limb of hers was petite, faultless. Her teeth were white and well set. She was wearing celestial ornaments and a very flimsy, thin, translucent sari. She was glowing like a lotus flower. And Shantanu got excited looking at her. He was amazed that such a woman existed on the face of the earth. He drank deep with both his eyes of her beauty, but was not satisfied. She too looked at the king and found herself in love with the handsome prince. She continued gazing at him. Shantanu took courage in both hands and addressed her. "You have a lovely waist, dear woman. You are glowing like an apsara, a devakanya. I beseech you to be my wife." At one time, we are told that Shantanu's father had predicted that Shantanu would be faced with such a beauty who would ask him to marry her, and that at that moment he should agree to her proposal. This had come to pass. Her name was Ganga. She was the Ganges incarnate who had come to the earth dressed as a woman for a particular purpose. She wanted children. She had to remove a curse from an earlier life, and she told Shantanu, "Bhupal, O king, I would be your queen and I would be subordinate to you, but there are some conditions. You would not interrupt me whenever I speak, whether I speak well or otherwise, and you would not use any foul words against me or in front of me. If you forbid me from any activity or you use any harsh words against me, I shall desert you." There are no questions to be asked in our relationship. It is based on the premises that I cannot be questioned, said Ganga. Shantanu had been told by his father to act in this particular fashion. In any case, he was so enamored of this woman. He wanted to make love to her. He said, fine, no problem. I would do as you say. He asked her to alight his chariot and drove with the Lakshmi to Hastinapur. Shantanu did not raise any questions about her whereabouts, from where she had come, who were her parents. She too behaved as a noble woman, a woman of good character, of a mild temperament. Beautiful she was. She was generous also. She had good noble qualities of character. And she served the king very well in the bedroom. Writes the poet, Divya Rupa Hisa Devi Ganga Tripatha Gamini Manusham Vigraham Kritva Srimantam Var Varnini. Ganga, who traverses in 3 different streams, took on the celestial form of a woman, a very charming woman with lovely assets of body. She came to the earth and married a king who was like Indra and became his beautiful wife. A very interesting point at this stage is made by the poet. In her manners, Ganga was exciting. She was good in the bed during intercourse. She was a good lover. Sambhoga sneha chaturya hava bhava samanvitai. She was an embodiment of excellence in sex. Yet she followed the king. Rajanam smayamasa yatha reme tathaiva saha. She acted as he directed, and they enjoyed, both of them, their love play, their intercourse. Years passed. She gave birth to 8 sons. But as predicted in a curse of an earlier life, she threw them one by one into the Ganges, saying, "Forgive me, my son, but I have to get rid of the curse. You would have an afterlife in the Devalok." Shantanu did not like her behavior in this regard. After all, they were his children, but he was told not to question her. When the 8th child was born, the king prayed to her. He wanted to save his child. "My charming wife, do not kill this child." "Tu kaun hai? Kiski kanya hai? Whose daughter you are? I have never asked you. Why are you killing our sons?" "It would be sinful to do so, and you are doing it." Ganga replied, "O my king, you are desirous of a son. I will not kill this son, this particular son who is our 8th child. However, my time is up. I have to go back to the Swargalok. I am the daughter of Rishi Jhanu. I am worshipped by Maharishis. I am Ganga, the holy Ganga. I came here because I had to fulfill certain vows. I had to wipe out a curse. All the 8 sons born to you were Vasus who had come from the heaven. They had been cursed by the Rishi Vasishtha, and that curse could only be placated by what I have done. No other king on the earth could have impregnated me with the Vasus. No woman could have borne such glorious children, but I had to throw them away. You have won immortality, my king, my husband, by giving birth to these children. The curse of Maharshi Vasishtha is over. I pray for your well-being. I am going away. But you would take care of this son. He is going to be a great man. He would be a great warrior, the best in the world. He would add to the delight of the family. Nobody would be able to conquer him. I am Ganga. He would be known as Ganga Datta. Because he is born of me, he would also be known as Devabrata. He is my son. You must treat him well. But presently I am taking him away. I will bring him back. When he has grown up, Rajan, my son, would be known as Devavrata as well as Ganga Datta. In his qualities of head and heart, in his valor, he would be superior to you. He is still a young child. But as he grows up, he will come back to you. Ganga disappeared with the child. Shantanu came back to his palace. He was full of sorrow. He missed Ganga. He missed his child. Shantanu had descended from Bharata. The history of his family has been written as Mahabharata. As time passed, Ganga reappeared with a young boy carrying bow and arrow. Shantanu could not recognize this young man. He was a grown-up young man. But Shantanu was attracted towards him. Once he was attracted to him, Ganga addressed her former husband. I have brought your son to you. Ganga was dressed beautifully in excellent clothes. She held the arm of her son, the right arm. He too was dressed like a prince. It took some time for Shantanu to recognize them. She said, "My husband, accept your son. I have brought him back to you. He has learnt archery, he has learnt the use of other weapons in the war. Although he is very young, but he is a very brave young man. I have nurtured him, I have educated him. Now you accept him. Take him home. Let him be the king in due course." He has studied the Vedas. He has studied how to use different weapons. He is as brave as Indra himself. He is a master of Arthashastra, economics, finance, and what not. Shantanu brought him home. The poet writes, Hastinapur was a lush city, as handsomely built as Amravati of Indra. Shantanu was happy. He had a son who would become the king in due course of time. He anointed him as the next king, as the Yuvaraj. And this was done in the presence of all the important people of the kingdom. We stop here. In the next video, I shall narrate the story of how Devabrata became Bhishma, how Shantanu fell in love with a fisherwoman, and the conditions her father put before he could hand over his daughter to the king. Thank you for visiting this site and listening to me. We shall meet again very soon.